All righty. Good morning, good afternoon. Time that is applicable to where you're watching me from. Yeah, the day is finally here. Oh, yippee! So good. So good. Okay, my name is Anulu Akpo, and I have the joy of stewarding today's conversation. Yes, I'm Anulu Akpo, aka Dr. J. Yeah, yeah. So if you know me as Dr. J, so I do, you're not wondering that, okay, where's this Anulu Akpo coming from? Yeah, I'm a growth coach. I'm an environmental and sustainability expert, and I'm a woman deeply committed to honoring God in all that I do. I'm also a proud wife. Yes, like I'm a proud wife, and I'm a proud mother of two adorable gifts from God. Yeah, and this conversation we're having this afternoon is so close to my heart, not just because of, but because of the impact that I believe it can have. Today, on this conversation, we are going to be redefining some things, especially as it has to do with success and how we celebrate it. We're going to be unpacking the stories we've been told, the ones we've believed, and the ones we get to write together after the whole thing, because success isn't just personal, it is cultural, it is spiritual, it is generational, and how we share it can either set others free or keep them stuck. So, at the base of this particular conversation this afternoon is just a group of people passionate about shaping the culture in the right direction, because when we have a healthy nation, healthy people, our world is easier, our lives are also easier. So I'm so thankful for you to for joining us today. It is not just another event. This is the conversation that matters. And today, in the studio with me, I have four powerful people of God. Yes, four powerful people, two from millennial generation, and two other speakers are from Gen Z. Yes. Why? Why that? It's just to bring context to how each of this generation actually see success, how they define success and all of that. But before we go into all of those details, I want to take time to celebrate every one of you that you are connecting with us. And so if you are on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook and you're connecting with us, this is me doing a drum roll to you. So you may not hear it. Don't bother about not hearing it. But I celebrate you big. I celebrate you big. And wherever you're connecting, maybe you want to engage with me, especially for those who are on YouTube. Can you put it in the comment section and say, okay, hello, good morning, I'm connecting from social place. Oh, good afternoon, I'm connecting from social place. It will be so powerful to see that happen. So if you are on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, I'll try to see how I can run from one place to another to check the comments and all of that. So please, if you are here, just put it in the comment section with me where you are connecting from. Alrighty, so the game is about to start. Then. Okay, so let me introduce our panel, the powerful people that are going to be on this call with me today. In no particular order, because each and every one of them are doing great things in their own world. And so the first person I'm introducing is Coach Mo. Gang, gang, gang. All right. So joining us this day is Coach Mo. Who is she? Coach Mo is a transformational coach and a serial entrepreneur who curates empowering spaces where clarity, courage, and change thrive. She's deeply passionate about intentional living and helping others reconnect with their truths. So, this afternoon, on my own side of the world, welcome with me, our wonderful Coach Mo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. All right. Thank you so very much, Coach Mo. Thank you for joining us and thank you for doing this with me. So, on to the next uh, panel speaker that I'm going to be bringing on is one of, all of these four people are dearest to my soul. They are the mover and the shakers of my of my tribe. And so I'm going to be bringing on board Dr. Adiola Adestroye. Okay, Dr. Ola Adesiri is an EHS manager at British American Tobacco and a passionate advocate for sustainable development and inclusive growth. He's a strategist at heart. He's committed to integrity. Yes, yes, I can say that loud and clear. Excellence and driving lasting impact. It's so good to have my dear brother, Dr. Alex Adeshoyi on board. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Righty. And so next on my list of introduction is the powerful Ayodeji Stephen. Ayodeji Stephen is a researcher, a policy analyst whose work explores the intersection of clean energy, digital governance, and inclusive infrastructure. He's also the founder of Hydrogen Energy Advisory Organization and a strong voice for youth engagement. Welcome, Ayodeji. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Thank you. Right. Last but not the least is this powerful, passionate young lady, Oluwatomisin Mayowa Emmanuel. She's a Mrs. So let's respect our wonderful Mrs. Oluwatomisin Mayowa Emmanuel. And I'm excited to welcome this young woman, a young visionary, purposeful communicator, and a rising voice in the workplace. She's passionate about helping young people live intentionally and thrive with competence and clarity. Glad to have you join me this afternoon, Tomisin. Welcome in. All right. Can I hear you speak? I didn't hear your voice.
Good afternoon.
All
Thank you
righty.
for having
Thank you.
me.
Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's get the party started. And so I'll, I'm going to be asking questions around our topic. You already know what we're talking about. And just to generally ensure that we are shaping the right culture. You understand? So, like for anybody, maybe somebody who is just roaming the streets of YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and you don't know what the topic is about, I'm just going to be reading it out loud, clear there. About redefining sources, how we celebrate sources, and we want to talk around breaking cultural and generational narratives. So each and every one of us, we've been given a narrative. Um, if I ask even a 5 years old child that what does success mean to you, definitely that boy or girl is going to have like a definition. And what is informing that definition really? Where does he or she get the definition of a success from? And because of the of you stand in your generation, you are powerful voices of shaping culture and creating change to ensure that we have a healthy change in today's world where anything goes. We've got to be putting what is right on the faces of people, because the line between what is good and what is not good is becoming blurry. So people aren't even sure. So many people aren't sure of who they are any longer. They are not even sure what is right or what is not right. They just see, okay, this is what people do, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And so that is one of the reasons why we're here today. So my first question, and which is going to be going to Coach Mo, is that where you are standing, Coach Mo, what does success mean to you at a point in your life? Um, okay, so there's a noise at the background. Where's that coming from? Okay, I hope we are still clear. Please, for those who are watching us, please drop it on the comments. All right, okay. Sorry, let me just I'm just seeing some of the chats. Akende Adigun from BAT Bagon. Oh, thank you for joining us. Olaidon Alaka. Good afternoon. So good to have you here. You can all hear us loud and clear anyway. If there is any time you cannot hear, please put it in the comments so that we can work on that. Thank you so very much. So my question, I'm back to Coach Mo now. From where you stand, uh, what is success to you? And what success means to you now? Has it always been the same, what it has always meant, even from way back? If there has been changes, I want you to tell us about what was what actually brought about the shift in perception. Thank you very much. So you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Dr. AJ, like I like to call you. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. I want to say hello to all the amazing speakers that were on the panel together, and hello to the audience from everywhere in the world. Thank you for joining in. All right, the big topic of success. What does success mean to me? I would like to start from the last phrase that Dr. AJ, the last question Dr. AJ asked, that this definition of success always been the same over the years, and what has changed, and how do I come about the definition that I now hold so dear. Yes, I would like to say the definition of success has not always been the same for me. It has evolved over time, and that is simply because of better understanding, more clarity. And so I'm able to put things in a clearer perspective, in a bigger perspective now. A lot of things influence the way we define success. The society, expectations, people's expectations. And for me, I have come to this definition because I'm able to identify whose success measure means a lot to me. The question we want to ask is, who is measuring the success, and against what standard, right? Are we measuring that success? So that's really just having that understanding delivered me from a lot of unnecessary pressure. And I would say where I stand right now, success for me would be fulfilling God's mandate for my life. Really, that would be success for me. There were times when I used to measure success by just achieving set goals and objectives. Like, oh, I want to do this, I'm able to achieve it. Achieving is more than achieving a desired outcome right now. For me to be able to hone success, it would mean that, oh, I am in perfect alignment with the vision and the purpose of God for my life. Am I doing what I'm expected to do per time as measured by God? Because my primary accountability is to Him before anyone else. And so that for me is how I measure success. That is what success is to me from where I stand right now. It would be being in perfect alignment with the plan and the purpose of God for my life. That would be success for me. That's how I define success right now. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Before I will start to unpack that, I would like to actually go around everybody to let me understand, what does success mean to you? As what success actually mean to you right now? Is it the same as what it has always mean? And if there's been a shift, what informed the perception. So I move quickly to Ayodeji. Ayodeji, please unmute yourself and let's hear you.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. AJ, for inviting me to speak. Um, I mean, when I look at the list of other panelists, I'm like, okay, do I have enough experience to share here? To answer your question, straight on, what success means to me now is not what it used to mean to me about say 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I want to say that I want to believe that majority of the people here are believers, so that in case I maybe quote some scriptures, it's very relatable. I want to say that it's important that we understand what stage of life we are on. Excuse me. What stage of life we are on. Bishop Oyedepo would say that men are in sizes, life is in stages. And if we begin to look at our life from that perspective, we would see how that actually the definition of success can change. And I'll say it this way. So when I was a primary school student, success altogether to me was just to maybe have one of the best results in my class, if not the best results. At the point, success to me was passing WAEC and getting admission into the university. In fact, I failed my first WAEC. I did in SS2. I failed my first WAEC. I failed my two favorite subjects, and I passed every other subject, maths and physics, and I passed every other subject. Surprisingly, I eventually studied physics for undergraduate degree. Um, but I joined the energy sector, and success to me when I started working in the energy sector was just building a career. And I'm going to say something that I probably haven't said anywhere publicly. I'm leaving the energy sector soon. And what defined that is that, as Coach Mo said, in 2022, God said I won't stay very long in the energy sector. But I didn't like that conversation. But last year, I had multiple visions, several dreams, several confirmations. And so for me now, success is simply doing the things that God said I should do in some of those visions. Um, and when I look at it, God's definition of success is actually bigger than my definition of success. And that for me is contentment. So, no, it has not always been the same. Now it's more defined, it's clearer. I'm doing a PhD, but success to me is not finishing my PhD. Even though anybody that is doing a PhD, I'm funded by the government. If my supervisor should hear this, he probably would not like what I'm saying, but that's not the definition of life success to me any longer. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so very much. That's so deep. But like I've said, I'm not going to unpack anything. So I move quickly to Dr. Alex. Please let's hear what success means to you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Dr. J. As the first and second speaker have said, I will not be repeating what they said. Success is number one is personal, is subjective, and I think is in stages. And they are subjected to change. Recall what DJ said. At every stage, our definition of success changes. And I think early in life, I was able to, I think I have clarity very early in my life. So I know what my definition of success is. And to me, it has pretty remained stable. It's just the ability to impact and influence my world. So if that is God's assignment for me, is enough to me. So that has always been what success to me is, and it has not changed. Maybe because I get clarity very early in life. So it's not about the first position, it's not about the second position, but that my area of how able I'm able to influence them, how able I'm able to impact them. So to me, I think culturally and it has always been same ability to influence my world. And pretty well, God has been faithful in helping me in every sphere to be able to bring the impact and the influence to my world. Thank you.
I think Dr. AJ is out, probably a network. I'm sure she'll try to join in again.
Okay, maybe Tosin can just share what her success is to her while we wait for her.
Okay. All right. So good afternoon, Dr. J in absentia, and good afternoon to every panelist this afternoon and to all the audience out there. All right. So I think I'll pick it from the last question, the way she gave us the question. So for me, success have not always been the same, really. Success have not always been the same. Even taking it back to before I gave my life to Christ, that was no success for me. So, but then, okay, welcome back, Dr. J.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So success has not always been the same for me. But currently, for me, if I'm to define success in my own way, it's me doing anything at any point that gives God glory. So it is not in how big it is, it is not in how small it is. It is in every little thing, per time, per season. So, what is he asking me to do in this moment? And how, at the end of the day, is that giving God glory? Because really, at the end of the day, this the sum total of my life is all on God. So, if I'm doing anything that does not even give Him glory, there's no even success there. So, for me, right, the sum total of success for me is me giving God glory, and it is not in the bigness, and it is not even in the small thing. It is at everything, at every point, and at every time. So that's success for me. Thank you. Dr. J, can you hear me? Oh, I think our network. Okay, I think.
Okay, let's wait a little bit for her to be back.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Welcome back.
Thank you. Don't worry, we're fine. This conversation is going to happen. That's it. Alrighty. So, yes, thank you so very much for your responses. Though network didn't let me catch up on Dr. Alex' definition in the whole package, but I heard him when he said that success is personal, and success actually have that tendency to change. In everything that I've heard, loud and clear, is that success has that tendency to change. And for all of our panel speakers, what has informed the definition at the base of it is something that is bigger than them. And it is what I call your spirituality. So whether you are a Muslim or you're a Christian, there's something that you are anchored to, that you know that, okay, this thing is actually powerful than me. I have something that is bigger than myself. So I love all that has been said, and my let me say like a summary of it all that I want to put out there is that when defining your success, it shouldn't be about what the society say. It shouldn't be about the pressure around you, because all of these things have capacity to change. When they change, if care is not taken, if it imparts on your person, it may be the end, because you have grounded your success, definition of your own success, on something that is ephemeral, that something that can flip with and at any time. So when we are putting our definition of success, it shouldn't be, oh, the kind of cars I ride, the kind of it. You should anchor it in something that does not change, something that you know that, okay, any come like sunshine or rainfall, this thing is consistent. And it's by saying, like saying it just the way the speakers has been saying it, that it is what God says I should do part time. That is what matters to me. That means whatever thing that you believe in, that thing that is inside, that is driving you, should be what defines your success, not the society. Because society, I remember when I was growing up, they used to say fat people are ugly and that the slim people are pretty. Before you know it, it flipped. And everybody started to like shaping up, like had some. Can you see? So if somebody has defined himself based on his or her look, at that, based on the thing that is ongoing in the society at a time, it means that when that narration changes, then such an individual will lose momentum or lose center, and that could lead into a lot of negative things. Least of it is depression. Yeah, that's I should say it the way it is. And so before we move forward from this particular question of what does success mean, I really want us to hear that loud and clear. So I'm going to be moving on to the next question. I'm starting with Oluwatosin. Do you think that, and please make it very brief, like in a one or two statements, do you think that your generation, the generation that you grow up with, and the generation ahead of you, do you think that what both these generations define as success impacts on your own definition of success? And if that is it, if that actually occurs, how were you able, even despite the fact that all of that maybe your own generation, this is the way they see success, and that is the way I must also see success, or the generation ahead of me actually says that this is not what success is, does it have any impact on you? Does it shape your own lenses of viewing success? Yes, I think that's the question.
Okay, so thank you for the question. So yeah, I won't say everyone in my generation or those behind or ahead are seeing success the same way I'm seeing success, right? I won't say everyone is saying it. Some persons are saying it, like they're saying it that the sum total of my life depends on God. Some are saying it, and why some are not saying it. Now, has that shaped me in me defining my success? Yes, it has shaped me in defining my success. And how? It has given me the understanding of the fact that my generation is going this way, they're rallying towards this area, they're picking some things to define themselves, the things they're achieving, the things that are going on with them, the way society is hyping them and all of that. So it's making me to see that everybody is going in this direction, but I should not. So what I'm telling myself is that separate yourself. Separate yourself. Because at the end of the day, that is what is going to define you. That is what is going to bring you out from that multitude, from that, from everyone just going in the same direction. So yes, it's helping me to shape who I'm becoming, and it's helping me to shape the way I'm seeing success, because it's helping me to differentiate myself and stand out and put myself from every other thing. Just like quickly to the story of Daniel, right? It was in a generation that a lot of things was going on, but they told themselves, I will not define myself with the king's meat. I will not do this. I will not do that. So they saw it. It helped them to shape their own definition of success. So yes, it's helping me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I quickly move on to Dr. Alex. And my question to you, sir, is that how do you view celebrating success? So let's assume that you just have this something very big that has happened in your life. What inform how you celebrate it? Then, do you think going public with that celebration is something that you should do? As in, when it happens to you immediately, do you just feel like, oh, okay, let me share it with the world? And if that is the way you are wired, what informed that? But if it is to no, 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 you know that there's this adage in Yoruba that when your yam is done, you should cover it and hit it. So yes. So if you are like that, why are you like that?
Okay, thanks, Dr. J. You know, I belong to the millennial generation, where what you said is applicable. The millennials believe that we hardly celebrate success. When you compare to the Gen Z, let me use that. When you compare to Gen Z wants to celebrate a new shoe, want to celebrate things happening, but our generations were told that we don't do that. And I think it affected most of the visibility for people of my generation. So these are cultural things that have affected the way we see success or celebrate success. But to me, I believe success being celebrated is not about the show off. It's about telling the story. Let people see the lessons, let them see the failures, and how you can help them. If I could do this, the possibility is endless for them too. So that is the context at which I celebrate success, not just show off as a show off, but
Hmm.
bringing out the lessons so that people can see if this young man, like a former president, has said, I went to school without a shoe. So that opens endless possibility for people that if this man can go through that, that means it's even far better for me and I can achieve more. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
J.
Thank you, Dr. Alex. That's powerful for me. But because of our time, I quickly move to. I want to talk to people of the same generation now. So, Coach Mo, can you please tell us? I'll respond to that question. What how do you celebrate success and what informant?
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to go in the same direction as Doctor did, of course, because it's what is peculiar to my generation. We have that cultural belief that celebrating success is show off, but not necessarily. There are certain things that I usually look out for, and it is the motive. What is the motive
Mm,
behind the celebration, and what exactly are you looking to achieve? Is it what's the end result? Is it to draw attention to yourself or so people know that you have arrived? And once I'm able to settle those, and then I don't see any reason why you cannot, celebrate success, especially when your goal and your motive is such that you want to bring glory to God and you want to help other people who are on their journey, to let them know that if you can do this, they can do it too. And so once we are able to certify what that motive is, and then we know the reason why, the end goal of this celebration, and then we can now go ahead and do that all to the glory of God, and of course in moderation as well, because we also need to be mindful of the people that we want to impact as well. A lot of people still do not understand that life is all about times and seasons, and you must learn to understand the season of life that you are in per time, and know that our timings are even different. The fact that somebody has just built a house in Banana Island now and is celebrating does not mean, okay, your next goal and ambition now is to come and go and buy land in Banana Island. Just know where you are at per time, the season of life that you are, and be content, with where you are and the way to where you are going. But just, the goal for that celebration for me would be to let people know what is possible. And then ultimately, not to draw attention to myself, but to draw attention to God who made it possible. You see,
thank
it's
you.
not about it's a scripture that says that say the race is not to the swift, the battle is not
Swift.
to the strong. It is time and chance. And so, of course, when others are celebrating, rejoice with them, celebrate with them, and know that hey, my time is coming. my time is coming and I would celebrate too, I will be celebrated too. So once the motive has been clearly defined and the end gain, which is to bring glory to God and to encourage people to see what is possible, and then we can, I mean, celebrate. That for me is my the my hallmark when it comes to celebration. Why am I doing this? And who will it help? How does it help the other person that is watching it? And so if we have that clearly defined, we'll be able to actually, the celebration will actually be able to achieve its purpose, bringing glory to God and helping others see what's possible.
Thank you. I love the way both of you, despite the fact that you're in the same generation, kind of address it. And I love where Dr. Alex was eating as per visibility, how it affects the millennials, because we've been taught to, like, okay, play it down, play it down. Why that is good? It is not, in my own opinion, it is not so balanced. And so, don't forget that our conversation is actually trying to shape the thinking of people. And so there's a lot of vulnerability that is going to be happening. Yes. So why we have established the fact that the motive, like Coach Mo said, should be important to us. This thing that I want to put out there, how is it going to benefit another person? Because really, until we start to live our lives for others, we have not started living. If your life is always me, I, you have not started living, because at the end of the day, what we do for others, it is what will last. Okay, so when we are out of the scene, what are people going to be saying? Will they say, oh, that's Dr. J that is always oppressing us, or that's Coach Mo that I'm always inspired by her positioning? So there's balance in the way that we celebrate success. There must be that aspect where we are not hiding our light. I give a good example. There was something I had told myself not to put online one time, and then I later had a nudge within my spirit to do it. And the same day as I was putting it out, somebody was in my inbox and said, so you do this, I need you on this so project. Imagine if I had not listened to the nudge in my soul. So there is balance. So, and the format, the way I put it out was to just to show that, okay, at a point I was weak with this thing. Now look at me. I can do it because I put in countless hours of reinforcing that particular skill. And that person was like, oh, you can do this. I've been looking for somebody who can speak about this particular thing. And that was it. But in our generation, they just feel like, okay, shut it down, shut it, shoo, 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 shoo. And people oftentimes become resentful of other people who come out, who are bold enough to say that, you don't always have to be at the backyard to actually be genuine, that you can be out there. Have caution around the way you share, and also ensure that you shine your light for other people. So my next question is going to be to Ayodeji. It is going to be interesting. Ayodeji, so I need you to speak to us. Had there been a time in your life where you feel pressured to share something to impress? And what do you think was the end goal? And had there been a time in your life where you saw something that somebody shared, and that was like a light bulb moment for you, that like, okay, so it is doable. There's this kind of belief of some people will just look at some people that are successful and they're like, okay, immediately they see people that are successful. What is at the back of their mind is that, oh, maybe she went to Harvard, or maybe our dad is a very rich person. That is why now, she went to Harvard now. His dad is the biggest man in Lagos now. So what do you expect? So had there been when you actually saw something that you have actually thought that it is not possible for you to achieve, but you actually saw someone celebrating it and you could relate that and like, oh, okay, so if this person can do this, then I'm not an exception. So please speak to us about that.
All right, yeah, thank you so much. So I'm someone that believes in setting very lofty goals. Uh, just something I learned about life. I serve a big God. His dreams are global. That's just the way I think. Um, However, to answer your last question, when I found out that some Africans actually have a venture capital fund, I was really surprised. I wondered, why? look at the background. They built it from the scratch. I was like, wow, so an African can actually build maybe say a venture capital fund. Another one was when I found out Dr. Gulesi that he owned majority stake in the Gatwick Airport, and also when he sold an infrastructure company to BlackRock. I was like, okay, we can actually do things in the world. Um, and when you ask me if there had ever been a time I was pressured to share something that I considered success, um, yes, there have been times. However, I had an experience in 2016 and it taught me a lot. And it was in church. It was in the church. So what I learned from that experience is that before I say anything to anybody, I check within anything at all, no matter how close the person is to me. Because one thing I've found is that the devil uses the people closest to you the most. So I check within. Even if the person might not even be evil, intrinsically, I still check within. So oftentimes, let's say I get a news of something huge that has happened. I actually have a rule of I don't share it when I'm still very excited about it. I
Mm,
don't.
mm,
When the excitement is down and I'm able to think with clarity, I then assess, do people need to hear about this? So from that standpoint, I then decide if this is something I need to share. If after that excitement I still feel I need to share it, then I know I'm not sharing it out of the excitement of, oh, I want everybody to know that this is happening in my life. I'm sharing it because either I'm building a track record and to inspire other people that these things can also be done. Take for example, when I finished my MBA, and I did my MBA on a full scholarship, but I finished with a 2-2. As at that time in Nigeria, most people did not believe that you can get a fully funded MBA scholarship with a second class lower. So when I finished the MBA, it was until I finished it that I shared that I actually did my MBA on a full scholarship. Most people did not know. And that was about after like 15 months that I got the scholarship. So it's just maybe my experiences have shaped me of some sort, but that's the way I go about it. Yeah, thank
mm.
you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for that particular story around um, um, people getting a full scholarship even with a tutu. That was actually part of what I used to believe too. But the moment you share that story, you've given people permission not to look down on themselves to say, I graduated with a tutu, so this is the end of life for me. You see? So the next question is going to go to Oluwatomin Singh. Does the line actually draws between sharing to impress and sharing to impact?
Okay, so I think if I'm to just give a straight answer, it would be the motive. If I'm to give a straight answer, it would be the motive. Because at every point, actually, when I remember someone, my former parish, my church, she used to say something that whenever you want to get angry, you will know you want to get angry because it's from your inside. You can feel it that you want to get angry. So she said it that you will know that you want to get angry. So the same way, whenever you want to share anything, either you are a believer, you're not a believer, or whatsoever thing that you want to do, if you are doing it because you want God to be glorified, you will know. Let's be
Hmm.
sincere. You will know. If you are doing it because you just want people to share, you want to get the plenty like, you want people to comment, you want people to share, come and see it, oh, you will also know. You will also know. So the thin line, right, is actually the motive. The motive is there. You will know it when you see, because there are some things that that will happen in your life, that God will just be like, this is just us. It is between us. That it is between you and God. It is not for everybody. So, but because you're just like, it's very deep. I want people to know that this deep thing has happened, or I want people to know that this thing has taken place in life, and then you take it out there. So I think for me, right, the thin line is the motive, and you will know what the motive is. Either you are impressing or you are impacting people.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank you. That's so good for me. Okay, so I'm back to Coach Mo this time around. And so if you're going to give a word of advice or admonition to those who are listening to us, those who will still listen way after, how do people share success? Yes, we have heard there's the motive and all of that. Uh, should be one of the things that is powering the way you share. So, how will you admonish people to share their success, yet being grounded without actually becoming oppressive in that success? Or will every success actually sound to a group of people like oppression? So maybe we should go there. With every success, no matter how little it is or how you share it, will there be certain group of people who will always view it as if, oh, this one has come to pepper us? And in that situation, how do you really ensure that you stay grounded and still share to actually impact? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. AJ. That's a loaded question. I would like to start by saying, one, you don't have a control of you don't have a control over people's perception or how they receive your message. You don't have a control over that. At every given point in time, there will always be naysayers. There will always be people who will be like, oh, is it only you? I remember an experience one time in my life when, it just so happened that about like almost every Sunday, I always just have one testimony or the other to share. And I was just standing with one of my sisters there in church, and probably she had said it before she even realized what she said. And she was just like, only you again. And I'm like, wow, is that all you could see, all you could pick from this testimony? You're not seeing that, oh, we bless God for what God is doing and all of that. So something like that, there will always be people like that who feels your own is too much, who feels that is it just you? But that will not stop you from really showing forth God's goodness in your life. You will not. In fact, the Bible says that I will not die but live to declare the goodness of God in the land of the living. So we have to declare, but of course, we must always, at every point in time, just like Oluwatomisin said, you want to check the state of your heart. You want to check the state of your heart and check the motive behind what you're doing. Is it you want to come and you want to share testimony, or you want to say it because you want to draw attention to yourself, or you want people to know that, oh, this is what is happening in my life, or you want it such that, oh, people will just give glory to God. So once you're able to check that from yourself, that's one you have control over. You are able to, ascertain from your own end the reason why you are doing this. You are able to check the state of your heart why you want to do this. And then please, you don't need anybody's permission, or you don't need to think of, oh, what will people say, before you declare the goodness of God in your life, and just show forth his praise. And of course, your presentation also matters. How are you saying it? Are you saying it to Buga? There's there mannerisms to these things. When you come out there, I just want you to know that presentation matters as well. Your mannerism, being mindful of the way people would receive it. But the ones what you have control over, you do. But you really cannot control how people receive what you're saying, or what they feel about it. You really can't control that. But from your end, once you're able to ascertain that this all to the glory of God, and of course your presentation, your mannerism also goes a long way in driving home your message, so that you are not misrepresenting you are not misrepresented, or you are not sending the wrong signals out as well. So that is what I would say to that. That would be my charge. So please, you must declare. As a matter of fact, when Jesus would do certain miracles, Jesus would say, don't tell anybody. You also need to understand timing also. It's not every testimony you have to share immediately. You remember what Ayodeji said, that he had to wait 15 months for him to even share that testimony, because certain things just needs to be put in place. There are certain times when you also need to be discerning as well. Is this testimony ripe to be shared? Am I to is it for the now, and where? There are also certain audiences where you don't say certain things because you know that they won't understand, they can't comprehend it, so you won't say certain things. So you all of those things, we have to be mindful, of as well. But by all means, really, we must show forth the praise of God in our life, the things that God is doing in our lives, all to the praise of his name, and also to encourage other people as well. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Coach Mo. From what Coach Mo have said and what we all have been discussing, one of the things that has been on my mind is that success indeed can be complicated in sharing. But where the balance comes in is, what do you anchor your success on? Secondly, what is the motive of this you're sharing? Also, we need to also have the body language, which is the maturity of presentation, because at the end of the day, too much of excitement, I think it's a good thing that Ayodeji was telling us there when he said, I had to wait sometimes. I need the excitement to be off, because as human being, in that your excited state, you can start to misyan or start to misdo some things. You can be out of the spirit, out of the radar, just because there's so much you are giving to emotion. And like we all know, emotion is never some. It can be. Oh, what's this adjective now? The emotion can just be all over. It can be illusional, yes. So the same thing that gets you excited this minute may not get you excited next minute. So that way, you have now been able to have you are anchored, you are centered to be able to see the right view, the right context, the right things that to be said, the way you are supposed to lace or put together your words. So I think that's so brilliant. And thank you so very much, everyone, for this brilliant conversation. I'm going to Dr. Alex. So, Dr. Alex, in your journey through career, through life, maybe another day, me and Dr. Alex, we need to do a live about moving from one level of life to another. You see, I'm not sure that he has a truckload of experience to share from
You are going
one
to
place
write a
to
book about
another.
it.
You have to write a book. Honestly, you need to write a book about it. Yeah, and I'm going to testify in that book. Yeah. So, Dr. Alex, from where you stand, has there been people's successes that has been like encouragement to you to be able to go after your own goal? That, okay, if it is happening to this person does not have to wait. Only everything about him and me are the same. So have there been stages like that? And what kind of success is that? And how have you also put yourself in that shoe of becoming a blessing to others? Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. J. I think number one, going back to what Coach Mo said, the perspective of the people receiving some of these testimonies really matters. Recall, I have a number of mentees that I try to influence their world to make the journey easier, where I've seen plenty bombs so that they can reduce it. And at times when I share some stories going to LinkedIn and the rest, I have conversation around. Some said, no, I don't want to go to LinkedIn. I said, why? They said it's oppressive. So that's I think that's the weakness for the Gen Z. So they are always, I don't know the depth, they are not so deep, but I said, no, it's oppressive. And I said, why? Oh, look at this person has gone far, this person has gone far. And I said, no, if this person can achieve it, that means you can do more. So the perspective really matters. And that's what I have to point to some of them. They have to calm down to understand that timing is different. They have different timing, and seasons are also different. Going back to that LinkedIn, there are some people that follow on LinkedIn that basically is to follow their story. They are People I look forward to, that if this guy can get to this place, I can also be there. So what did I do? I just go to their profile. What is this person doing at this point in time? And you see, if I go through some of my phones, I have a lot of chat about the courses they have done, about the training they have done. So I use some of this to really motivate myself. So the perspective of the person listening to our testimonies or seeing it really matters. What causes depression to others is motivation to me. So, and again, another story I feel to share was I remember someone very close to me when he shared his story in career, you know, he moved from one company to the other, and for a long time he was stuck because of the BSc HND dichotomy. And then I wanted to do medicine, and I found myself in the Polytechnic. One day I just carried my bag. I said, no, I'm not fit to be here. I picked my bag and I left because I feel that person's story every day. I feel it. That thing really affected his career. He couldn't move because of that dichotomy. A lot of things happened. So these are stories I listen to myself every point in time. I pick what I need to pick from their life lessons and I apply to mine. And sincerely, it has been helpful. And I encourage everybody listening, don't let other person's story to be oppressive or drive you into depression. Pick the lessons from their story, the lessons from their testimonies, and reflect on where you need to apply them. And I believe your success story is close by. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alex. And we are moving to our very last question. But before then, I'm just going to say something to what Dr. Alex have said. I'd ask him a question around as other people's story being like open doors for you. But then he gave us two edged sword, like is that what it's called now? Showing us how other people's story has been yeah, motivation to him, but one of those stories are not even something that you aim high to become. So he's seen this person's story and say, your story made you grounded. I don't want that repeating in my life. So what we must always be, or we must learn to be out of our shell to even look at what is happening in life so we can have perspective of the kind of life we also want to build. If he has shut himself down and not being open to the story of this other guy who, because of the HNDBSC dichotomy thing, has kind of got granted, maybe I won't. Maybe it will not even be on this chat today. Do you understand? But you could take life lessons. So it is important that we pay attention to the things that are happening around us, and we can draw lessons that are useful. So not everything is oppressive, like Dr. Alex said. So you must calm yourself down to really like, okay, this shining light or this dull light, what can I get from it? What can I learn from it? Whether a shining light or a dull light, whatever, what can I learn? So we must have that curiosity, really. Thank you so very much, speakers. I appreciate you. And we are going to have very final question, and everybody's going to be speaking. So, what is one truth that you hope that in all of this conversation today, what is one truth that you hope everyone who listened or who will listen should go ahead to do great things with in their lives? Thank you. So I'm going to be starting with Ayodeji.
All right. Hmm, okay. I would say listen to God. As human beings, we think we are smart. In fact, oftentimes we think we are smarter than God. We don't like what oftentimes we don't like what God will ask us to do. But I would say listen to God. See, one of the panelists said something at the beginning. At the end of our lives, we would have an audience of one audience. That's the person that would say if we have done well or we have not. Apostle Paul said something. He said that I have finished the course. I have run the race. And I was speaking with a friend a couple of days ago. I said a man can know at the end of his life. Because you see, only two people know if you are doing God's will. Just two people. Not people clapping, not people saying you are not doing well. Just two people. You and God. And I think that if any man, because you can see, my pastor would say something. He would say that it is better for a man to fail than for him to do greatly at something he should not have done at all. So please just listen to God.
Thank you very much. That word is so deep. It is better for someone to fail, than to do excellently in what you are not supposed to do. Wow, that's another day entirely. So I move on to Oluwatosin.
Okay. Okay, so I think for me, right, what I'm the truth I want to give out there, Ayodeji has spoken about the place of God. So my own truth would be for the fact that success is actually possible, but the success starts with God. And one of my favorite quotes, and which is something for me, is that no one is an accident, but then a product of beauty that God had in mind from the foundation of the earth. So no matter your background, no matter where you are coming from, no matter where you are, no matter what has happened to you, no matter what is happening. Now look at what Dr. Alex said. He had someone's story that was fighting a lot because he had HND. That was a story that should just be like, yeah, let's look all of us, let's be rolling in that way. But he turned the story around and then he told himself, I'm not going to stay here. So no matter your background, no matter what has happened, success is possible. And that's why the Bible said that the thought that I have towards you, they are thought of peace and not of evil to give you an expected end. So God has an expected end for you. So, but then you have to co-create with God for you to bet that expected end. God has an expected end for you. And really, his desire, right, is that you really, really become great. And remember, you becoming great is not in the big thing, neither is it in the small thing. Is that at the end of the day, everything gives God glory. So don't define yourself by the big thing. Don't define yourself by the small thing. Define yourself with what God will have you do, because really, He has something for you. Bible says, I come in the volume of book as it is written concerning me. There's something that has been written concerning you, and is counting on you, right, to go and fulfill that mandate, for you to go and live out that life, that that purpose that He has for you. So go out there. Success is possible. Don't allow whatsoever thing that is happening to define you or pull you down. God is counting on you to change your generation, for you to transform your generation. Is really counting on you. So go out there and let's just make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That is soothing to my ear. So success is possible, but we have to co-create that success with God, because God is not a magician; He's a miracle worker. That's excellent for me. So I move to Coach Mo. What is one truth that you will want those who are listening to us to walk away with today?
Thank you. I would say you need to understand that God is at the center of it all. Because when it's all been said and done, to Him you would stand to give account of how you lived your life here on earth. So do not be deterred by the noise of the crowd. They said that someone who goes to the market does not look at the noise of the market. You focus on what you are in the market to do. So we know that the world is a marketplace. And so just keep your focus, keep your eyes on God, keep God at the center of it all, because really, He's all that matters. Is all that matters. And do not let the world, the way the world measures success, don't let that be your determinant. Don't let that be your motivation. Just keep God at the center of it. You see that that has been a major constant in all everything all the other speakers have said. God has been the constant. because really is the one that you're accountable to, not to anyone else. You don't owe anyone any explanation. Just stay with God and keep putting in the work, keep doing your part. And of course, God wants you to succeed. You must understand that God wants you to succeed. And so, in all that you do, just keep God at the center and keep putting in the work. Success is sure. You will succeed. You will succeed. You will definitely get your desired end. So avoid all the distractions and all the noise going on in the world and just keep your eyes. Bible says looking unto Jesus, right? The author and the finisher of your faith. So let that just be your consolation that, hey, on this journey, my primary accountability is to God. To him I stand or I fall. So in all that I do, I want to make sure that I'm in alignment with what is plan and is purpose for me. So it really all starts with God. Just like Ayodeji said, you need to listen to God. Get that clarity on what you are meant to be doing part time and stay focused, putting in the work, and then success is sure. So you will
Mm.
succeed.
Thank you, Coach Mose. Success is possible with God. Put in the work. And I love the fact that you also help us to actually remember how we started the conversation. To say that have a definition of what your success means. And I think this bring like a balance to that conversation around the HND BSc definition. And it just came to my head that because somebody may be out there whose definition of success is that in my house, everybody has NCE. HND is my own goal. And you are still fine because that is your own definition. Stay there. Don't just get unnecessary pressured or by this is what everybody is doing, so I want to do it. But let your truth be anchored on the fact that you want to be the best of yourself at every time. So if HND is the best you can see now, stay in there. Stay in there. Pour your all, like Coach Mo said. Give it the best. Start with God and just give it the best. You never can tell. The one who gives the success is the one who also actually steer our hearts towards directions that we might have never had to think about before. So, in the process of you staying in your HND, God can start to tell you that PhD is also possible. So let's go get a BSc, and you understand. So have a definition. Anchor your definition in something that does not shift. What is informing your success? And how you also even shine your light. What is informing it? What is the motive? And to the very last person but not the least, Dr. Alex, what's the one truth that you will want those who are listening, those who will listen later, to go with from this conversation?
Okay, thank you, Dr. J. I think the first thing I'm going to say is life is in stages, so also success is in phases. So on this, I'm saying success is not just a destination, it is a journey. It's a journey. We shouldn't anchor it on just one dream. The dreams can get bigger. Thank you, Dr. J, and to all the panelists.
Thank you so very much. Success is a journey, not a destination. So I think that this particular definition or the whole thing, recapping of the whole thing, kind of give us the permission to be at peace with ourselves. To say success does not where you are now. That's not the end of life. So can we just calm down, enjoy the moment, shine your light as much as you can within the context of what is peculiar to you and your life. As of you sharing light and not oppression. What you are destined to come here to do. Thank you so very much, speakers. It's been a wonderful time out with you this afternoon from my own end. It's been a conversation of over 1 hour, and I really want to say thank you. Thank you for doing this with me. I look forward to more. Yes, I look forward to more. God bless you And for those who are listening to us, really, I want to appreciate everyone. I can't see names, but at least for a few that I can see from the comments, Adejobi, Bola, Dale, Olaitan Alaka. I could see a lot of comments from Olaitan Alaka. OC Pascal, thank you very much for being here. Those are the people on YouTube. I don't know, I couldn't view comments on Facebook and Instagram, but I just keep seeing names of people. Okay, yes, I think I can see on Instagram. Omoniyi21, hey, Coach EJ, Dr. Ajulo, my one and only husband, Mr. J of Life, Ajibola Karim, our Tokwe, Falomoluwa, Omoti Obaru, Mubola Joko, Chuksenke. Thank you. Okay, that's wow, NK. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. And till we see you another time, keep
Thank you.
staying grounded in the way you become visible with what God has given you. But don't forget that motives matter, and that we should always remember that God is at the basis of all that we do. Thank you very much. It's such a good
Thank you,
time to
Dr.
be with
J.
each and every one of you. Bye,
Thank you.
Thanks
everyone.
for
Thank
Thank
having
you,
Thank you,
you.
us.
Dr.
Dr.
J.
J.
Bye,
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah.